Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to Brainy Elements. In the previous video, we have discussed what is atomic mass unit, what is relative atomic mass unit. Before moving to the next part, relative molecular mass, let me give you something, the comparison. What the difference between atoms, elements, molecules, compounds. What is this atoms mean? Atoms mean atom. Atom means that's the basic unit. Atom is the basic unit of matter. It is the smallest unit. Now, examples for atoms. Everything. Hydrogen atom, helium atom, lithium atom, beryllium atom, boron atom, carbon atom. Anything has an atom. Atom is the basic unit. Okay. Now, what is this element? Element means two same atoms combined together to form elements. Two same atoms combined together to form elements. Now here, hydrogen element. Here, hydrogen element, two hydrogen atom combined together to form this hydrogen element. Likewise, oxygen element. Oxygen. Oxygen means two oxygen atom combined together to form this oxygen element. Two oxygen atom combined together to form oxygen element. What is this element means? Two same atom combined together to form a substance. That substance is element. Okay. There is nothing called lithium atom. I will tell you there are many sections to discuss. No, I will tell you why there is no lithium atom. Yeah, there is beryllium, boron, carbon atoms are there. Hydrogen, helium, carbon, oxygen atoms are there. But there is nothing called lithium atom. And there is nothing called sodium atom. Nothing called sodium atom. Yeah, we'll discuss it in further. For now, you know what is atoms and element. To know what is atom, that is the basic unit. What is element? Two same atom combined together to form element. Now we'll see molecule. What is this molecule means? Two or more different elements. Two or more atoms of different element combined together to form the molecule. Example, let me take H2O. Here, molecule is not only made up of one type of atom. It is made up of different types of atom. Okay, but and also there is not only two atoms. It can be two or many. It can be two or many atoms, but those atoms are not the same atom. It is not needed to be the same atom. It is the combination of two or different atoms to form a molecule. Two or more different atoms combine together to form molecule. What is this compound? Compound means both elements plus compound, both elements plus molecules. Both elements plus molecules together is known as compound. Okay. Here I can say hydrogen compound. I can say water molecule. And I can say for this molecule, I can take another example. CO2. One carbon, two oxygen atom combined together to form molecule. two or more different atoms. Here, what are the different atoms? Carbon and oxygen. Here, what are the different atoms? Oxygen and hydrogen. Okay. Compound means mixture of elements and molecules. I can take this as a compound, this as a compound, this as a compound, this as a compound. That is, yeah, the note it down. What is atoms, elements, molecules, and compounds? What is the comparison? What is the difference between them? Okay, now we'll move to the next topic, relative molecular mass. I'm going to clean this. So, relative molecular mass. The relative molecular mass. The symbol they use is MR. You see, the symbol they have given in the textbook is capital M, simple R. It is a subscript. It is a subscript. In ICT, you might have studied something written below. It's like, what to say? Now, for in indices, you have studied like this. 2 to the power x no. Is base and is power no. It is superscript. Something you write below is subscript. Okay. Something you write below is subscript. So here capital M and then simple R is the symbol they have used. Relative molecular mass. Now, what relative atomic mass and relative molecular mass is same? You see, what is the difference between the relative atomic mass? Only this term differs, right? Only this term differs. Now, what is this relative atomic mass mean? Let me tell you the definition. How many times an atom of a given element weighs as much as 1 by 12 the carbon 12 isotope. Now, see the definition of relative molecular mass. How many times a given molecule? How many times a given molecule of an element or a compound weighs as much as 1 by 12 the mass of carbon 12 isotope is the relative molecular mass of that element or compound. Same thing, right? Only the terms are differing, but the idea is same. Atoms, molecule. Their atoms are their mass of atoms are considered. Here, mass of molecules are considered. Their mass of atom, one atom. In this case, mass of one molecule. Their atom, a molecule. Their atom, a molecule. Okay. Normally, the atoms will not remain as atoms in the atmosphere, in the environment. They will combine together to form a molecule or compound or element. It combine to form a compound. Okay. They will not remain as atoms in the atmosphere, in the environment. Therefore, how many times a given molecule of an element or a compound weighs as much as 1 by 12 the mass of carbon 12 isotopes. Here, you see here, relative molecular mass. Here, let me put as MR. That's the symbol, no, I will use that. Relative molecular mass is how many times the 1 by 12 of mass of carbon 12 6 atom is equal to mass of molecule of an element or compound. So, you see, what is this relative molecular mass? With how many times I should multiply the 1 by 12 the mass of carbon 12 isotope to get the mass of molecule of an element or compound. That's it. Therefore, relative molecular mass MR is mass of molecule of an element or compound divided by 1 by 12 the mass of carbon 12 6 atom. This is the formula. Note down this formula. Suppose, now I will tell you an example also. Write it down if you need it. Yeah, as an example, let me take true mass of CO2. True mass of CO2 is 7.31 into 10 to the power minus 23 gram. And you know, mass of carbon 12 6 isotope is mass of carbon 12 6 atom is, what's the mass? 1.99 into 10 to the power minus 23 gram. Now, if they are told to find the relative molecular mass, that is MR of CO2, how are you going to find? Use this equation. Mass of molecule, what is it? 7.31 into 10 to the power minus 23 gram divided by 1 by 12 the mass of carbon 26 isotope. Then what is it mass? 1.99 into 10 to the power minus 23 gram. So you will get the relative molecular mass as, you will get the answer 44. So what is the relative molecular mass of CO2? That is 44. That's it. Likewise, if they ask the relative molecular mass of water, they will give the true mass of water and they will give the mass of carbon 12 6 atom. And then what is the relative molecular mass of water? Mass of molecule divided by 1 by 12 the atomic mass unit. It is atomic mass, not the atomic mass unit, the mass of carbon 12 isotope. Atomic mass unit is 1 by 12 the 1.9 into 10 to the power minus 23. But here they give the mass of carbon 12 6 isotope, not the atomic mass unit. So you should substitute to mass of carbon 12 6 atom. 1 by 12 the 1.99 into 10 to the power minus 23. There you will get relative molecular mass of water as 80. This is how you are going to find the relative molecular mass of a molecule. This is one way of finding relative molecular mass of a molecule. There is also another way, another method to find the relative molecular mass of a molecule. What is that? We'll check it out. If the, but now for example, here I have given you the molecular formula of CO. What is this C? Now, actually, this is carbon dioxide. No, CO2 means carbon dioxide. No, what is the molecular formula of carbon dioxide? That is CO2. Molecular formula of carbon dioxide is CO2. Likewise, the water. What is the molecular formula of water? That is H2O. So, in a question, if they have given the relative the chemical formula of a molecule. If they have given the chemical formula, if they have given the chemical formula of a molecule, then I can find the relative molecular mass. How is that? Here, what is this mean? What is CO2 means? CO2 molecule. Now, how this looks like? Here, if I take an CO2 sample, here there is CO2 gas. This is a chamber. This is a chamber. I have filled this chamber with CO2 gas. So, how this CO2 looks like? This is how the CO2 looks like. CO2, 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 CO2. Everywhere there will be CO2. Everywhere there will be CO2. Okay. So, this each molecule is made up of one carbon and two oxygen atom. One carbon atom and two oxygen atom. That is what is known as the CO2. Now, what is this H2O mix? It is made up of two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom. Two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom. So, how to find the relative molecular mass of a molecule if the chemical formula is given? Not only chemical formula, the relative atomic mass of carbon and relative atomic mass of oxygen should be given. In a question, if they have given the chemical formula and if they have given the relative atomic mass of the atoms which make up the molecule, relative atomic mass of atoms which make up the molecule. Here, what is the atoms? What are the atoms that make up this molecule? Carbon and oxygen. No? Carbon and here one carbon and two oxygen. One carbon and two oxygen combine together to form the CO2 molecule. What are the atoms? Carbon and oxygen. No. The question they should give the relative atomic mass of carbon and relative atomic mass of oxygen. Relative atomic mass of carbon, relative atomic mass of carbon, and relative atomic mass of oxygen. See, they have given the relative atomic mass of carbon as 14. Right. The table is given like what is the relative atomic mass of carbon? Carbon is 12. 12. Yes, 12. And what is relative atomic mass of oxygen? That is 16. So, what is relative molecular mass of CO2? How are we going to find? How many carbon? 1 into relative atomic mass of carbon plus 2 into relative atomic mass of oxygen. Relative atomic mass of oxygen. Here, how many carbon atoms are there? 1. So you should put 1. 1 into the relative atomic mass of carbon and plus how many oxygens are there? 2 oxygens are there. Therefore, 2 into relative atomic mass of oxygen. Here, 1 into what is relative atomic mass of carbon? That is 12. 12 plus 2 into what is relative atomic mass of oxygen? That is 16. 1 into 12 is 12. 2 into 16 is 32. So you will get 44. Here, in the earlier question, check the previous video or this video. I have found out the relative molecular mass of CO2 as 44. I have found it out. 44. That is one way of finding. This is another way of finding. In both the methods, I am getting the same answer, 44. 44 is the answer that I'm getting. Yeah, for two methods are there to find the relative atomic mass. Now, for example, let me take this for water. For water, how are you going to find the relative molecular mass? If the formula is given and if the relative atomic mass of the atoms that make up the water molecule is given. Here, what is the chemical formula of water? That is H2O. Here, it is made up of two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom. Two hydrogen atom and one oxygen atom. So what is the relative molecular mass of water? Two times the relative atomic mass of hydrogen. You should write the full term relative atomic mass. You should write it. Plus how many oxygen atom? One. One into relative atomic mass of oxygen. Here they have given relative atomic mass of hydrogen as 1 and relative atomic mass of oxygen as 16. Relative atomic mass of hydrogen as 1 and oxygen as 16. So what is it? 2 into relative atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 plus 1 into relative atomic mass of oxygen is 16. 2 into 1 is 2 plus 1 into 16 is 16. 2 plus 16 is 18. So what is the relative molecular mass of water? That is 618. Is 18. In the other method also, you can find if they have given the mass of the true mass of water molecule and the 1 by 12 the mass of carbon 12 atom 12 isotope. If they are given, you can find in that way. If they are given the relative atomic mass, you can find in this way. Is it? Sorry. Yeah. Relative molecular mass is over. So if you understand this part, if you have understood this topic, put a thumbs up in the comment section. And that's it for this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Brainy Elements. And we'll meet with another video. Bye.